Everyone, and welcome to the very first lesson of the course. I'm so excited to get into it, but first we're going to start with some basics. So we go in to your Microsoft Office, into PowerPoint, and we start off with a blank presentation. Just a blank one, nothing exciting. We're going to highlight all this and press delete, and that gets rid of it. So we've got a blank presentation with a blank slide, and we're ready to start to make our epic game. Alright, so first things you see in an RPG game is a menu, and that's what we're going to start off with. So we're going to go into Insert, going to go along to Shapes, and we're going to get a normal square. Your rectangles will be down here, and we're going to make any old square about yay big. And now we've got a blue square. So, to make sure it's centered, just click on it and drag until you see the horizontal and vertical lines. The red ones there you can see on my screen. And that just means it's in the center. And if we let go, we've got our perfect square in the perfect center. Alright, we're going to change the color because I don't particularly like blue. I'm going to change it to black. And we're going to make it gold because I'm fancy like that. We might also make the outline of the box a little bit thicker. So if we go into we're in Format, Shape Outline, and go down to Weight, we can change the thickness of the line. So we might make it 3. That looks big and dramatic. Okay. Next, we're going to make a button, our very first button. So I need you to go into Insert, Shapes, and we've got this little rectangle down here that looks a bit like a button. Rectangle, rounded corners. We're going to click on that, and we're going to draw our very first button. We're going to make the shape fill gold and the outline it can be black. Okay. Now we need a couple of buttons for later on. So we're going to select the button here. Control C, Control V is Control C is copy, Control V is paste. Control C and Control V again for copy and paste. And see the little red lines there? That's showing us it's in the center. There we go. We might move this one down until we see those lines again, the guidelines. Okay, that looks a bit not so great. So we're going to change the format of the shape behind it. So we're going to click on the shape behind, which is the square shape, and we're going to right click, Format Shape. We're going to change the transparency of the box, which is really helpful in both menu creation and just basic PowerPoint. So if we increase it to about 50, we'll go 50%, it's 50% transparent now. If we double click on any of these little buttons we've created, it'll pop up that we can start typing. So we're going to type something we see in all RPG games, all games in fact. We're going to type play game, all in capital letters. Now that looks a little bit small on the button. Oops. So we can highlight it and go into Home, and we can do one or two things. We can press this little increase font size button to get it up to the size you like, or we can go into the box beside it and move the mouse, hover the mouse over the different sizes, and you'll get different sizes. So we'll go 48. That looks nice and big and obvious. So we're going to keep going making our menu. going to double click on the second button that we've made. We might make a credit button so we can credit all our friends that have helped us make this game. You know, the sound people, the lighting people, all the people that go into making a game. Although it's just going to be us. Okay, same thing again. We'll make it the same size. It's best to have uniform sizes for all these buttons. 48. And down the bottom, we might have a visit website button as well. And we'll make that 48. Okay, so that's it for our menu. We've created our menu, but it looks a bit boring, doesn't it? Maybe we can spice it up. That's what we're going to cover